and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. Well, if you had asked for the markets to go higher, we couldn't have expected much better. You are 200 points higher, in fact 300 points higher now on the Nifty, 23,202, 1.3% of an uptick, strong volumes that can be seen, and the markets are continuing to build on the momentum that they've generated over the last 3 odd trading sessions. In fact, when we look after over a month, we are back above the 23,000 mark. It's an all across broad-based rally that you're seeing working for the markets today. Talk about the banks that are supporting. Even the IT pack, which was so far lagging behind, has come back in strong showing today, over a percent gains for this one. All the sectors of the Nifty are into the green. Top movers are Bharti Airtel with over 4% gains that can be seen on this one. Remember, this was a call that was taken in by Kunal right in the morning trading session in our show today. You have Titan, BPCL, Bajaj Auto and Britannia. It's a day for all the Bs that are working well. All the stocks starting with the B is actually doing very well. What's not doing well? IndusInd Bank yet again coming under some pressure. Bajaj Finance, Trent, Shriram Finance and Ultratech Cement. Those are the top drags, but rest of the pockets are doing very well. Among the key sectors, oil and gas is the top moving sector with 1.6% gains. You have infra that's up 1.4%, FMCG, auto, IT. These are the stocks, these are the sectors that are up by over a percent. You also have Torrent Pharma, which is the top mover as far as the F&O action is concerned. Then you have Manapuram Finance, Bharat Forge, Max Healthcare, Phoenix Mills as among those stocks that are also doing pretty well as far as the F&O action is concerned. We are joined by our special guest today. Swati Hotkar joins in, AVP of Technical Research at Nirmal Bang. Swati, doesn't get better. It started off when we were talking last time that the signs are there for the markets to recover, and we've seen last 3 days continuing on a strong showing. 23,200 now with us. What's next for the markets?
Yes, Sakshi, you have rightly pointed out that in the last week itself, we was like that in the coming week, we will like to witness some positive momentum. And from the last 4 days, Nifty is correctly giving us a very strong momentum rally. Slowly and steadily it is moving. Now 23,200 is the immediate resistance zone. If it surpasses that level, then 23,400 up to that level, we can witness some sort of a positive momentums. But I believe that at the current levels, or since it is trading near this resistance zone, we might should book the profits at the current levels, because already from the last 4 working days we are continuously hitting a higher highs, higher bottom formation. So probably nearby 23,300, 400 levels we might hit some sort of a profit bookings on rise as such. But the interesting point is that the bank Nifty has a very strong strength even at the current market price as well, because it's likely to touch the bit of the 50 days moving average, which comes to at around 50,400 levels. Means more 300, 400 points momentum is likely to be seen into the bank Nifty. So it will be the bank Nifty who will take a Nifty on the higher side. My view is definitely positive. We should book your profits on every rise on the Nifty or the bank Nifty as such, but probably we are likely to get some sort of a profit bookings at the higher levels. Be a stock specific into the market and try to invest into the large cap max, which are giving a really very good amount of a profit. So on the Nifty and the bank Nifty front, my view is definitely positive.
Okay, fair point. So, smart moves that can be seen. Swati, is it easy to say that the worst is behind in the markets? We've seen 5 months of a painful period. Is that at least behind us? Whether or not the recovery is fast-paced or on a gradual occasion, can we safely say that we've made a bottom?
See, it's very tough to say that this is the bottom which we have seen in the last few weeks as such. But probably by the 2nd of April, the picture will be get clear. The Trump will give the verdict of final. According to that outcome, the market will decide the clear trend. But definitely for the short term period of time, we have seen a very good amount of support levels, Nifty and the Bank Nifty at respected. For the short term period of time, definitely we can see that this is the support levels, or say the bottom down has been done. But we need to continue keep an eye on the global news as well, which will change the sentiments of the market. But for the short term period, yes, definitely, Sakshi, we can say that the bottom out has been done. But at the current level, on higher side, what kind of a momentum will be carried forward in the coming few trading sessions? That will be exactly get clear on the 2nd of the April itself.
Okay, got that. Let's look at some of the pockets then, which are garnering a lot of momentum to see whether these are the spaces one should be looking at. A lot of moving parts in the markets today, Swati. All the sectors are actually supporting the sentiments, broader markets, sectoral indices. Tell me, which are you more confident about, the sectors that you believe can carry on the momentum, whether or not the rally on the benchmark sustains, the sectors which are already showing this turnaround and may continue this upward rally?
Banking was the very prime sector we was focusing because if you look, if anyone is very familiar with the harmonic pattern, which is the technical patterns, and we have witnessed in the bank nifty, we have seen a double bottoms there, and we believe that the bank nifty is likely to take a nifty on the higher side. So I'm very bullish on the banking counters such as the ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, HDFC Bank. So currently one can concentrate on those bank. And if we look towards the another sector such as in the, from the pharma, Cipla really looks good. It's very interesting. From the cement sector, I believe that the Grasim has a very strong potentials to be likely to witness downward rally. So those are the few counters which we are really looking for a buying for a long-term portfolio as such.
Okay, fair point. Let's go ahead and look at some of the other pockets as well. What would you say on IT, Swati? Something that we were just discussing, that it has been a laggard, but even today it's coming back on a strong footing as well, be it the large caps or the mid caps as well. Do you see this as a promising move, or could one get stuck if one buys right now?
Yeah, essentially IT counters will slowly and steadily will show because the more of the on the fundamental side we are not expecting some more good amount of a result in the coming quarters. But on the technical front, I can see yes, definitely these are the good counters. Quality counters should be accumulated on every dips. So from the IT pack, those who are looking for a long-term horizon purpose, Wipro and the TCS really looks good, very strong on the technical front. TCS has after the we whatever the fall we have seen from the 4400 levels to 3400 points, almost 1000 points correction we have seen. Now the counter is under the consolidation phase at a lower level, so one can go for a long positions at the current market price as well, which is trading at 3560 odd levels. I believe it has a very strong potential to reach up to 4000 4200 levels as well. So TCS looks very good at the current levels. On the Wipro front, as of now, we are witnessing a very sideways momentum in this particular counter, and short-term support has been formed nearby 250 to 40 levels, so that can be kept as a stop loss, and you can take a long position in the Wipro as well. Pullback rally can be seen up to 280 to 300 levels. So those are the two counters we are really bullish on the technical front as well.
Okay, got that. So that's the view. Let's talk about a few stocks now. Then, Swati, first up, let's talk about Bharti Airtel. What do you think is behind this fresh steam, and will this continue?
Yes, surely, Sakshi, because this is the one counter which is very looks promising on the whether we check the daily charts or the monthly chart. Interesting form is that on the monthly chart it has just formed a flat pattern. It's on the verge of giving the breakout of the same things. Whatever the correction we have seen into the market, this particular stock has not shown any sign of a major corrections, which indicates that it has a very strong strength in this particular counter in such kind of a market as well. And on a shorter degree, the daily chart indicates that the counter is forming the inverse head and shoulder formations, and it's on the verge of giving the breakout of a neckline, which comes nearby 1750, 1720 level. If it's break that level, more 100, 200 points momentum rally can be seen into this particular counter, which might take stocks towards 1900 to 2000 levels. So be ready to take a long positions at the current market price as well, or if you're getting any dips towards to 1641 can add on. 1600 is the crucial support level for this particular stock, and we are looking for a target of 1900 to 2000 levels.
Okay, fair point. Got that. Let's look at a few other interesting names there. FNO also, Swati, looking interesting. I mean, Torrent Pharma, Manapuram Finance, Bharat Forge. What looks good to you particularly?
See, the Torrent Pharma and the Bharat Forge looks very promising. Bharat Forge today it has given the breakout of the 50 days moving average, but it is facing a strong resistance of the 100 DMA. So it is currently trading at a resistance zone. Buying is recommended, but if you're getting any dips towards to 1140, 1120 levels, that will be the very good support levels, and risk reward ratio will be favorable, because from the last 4 days we are continuously witnessing a very good rally on the higher side. So at my view is definitely bullish, but the fresh long positions are not recommended in the Bharat forge at the current market price. Wait for some kind of a correction towards to 1120 to 1130. If you're getting any dips, you can accumulate it. We are looking for a target of 1240 to 1300 level. So this is the counter for a long-term purpose. Regarding the torrent pharma, yes, you can buy at the current market price also, because this is the pharma pack. And if the market shows any sort of a correction or a downside momentum, this particular counter will act as a balance into your portfolio. And upside, we are looking for a target of 3320, 3340 levels. So if you are getting any dips towards to 3200 or 3180 levels, one can go for a long position.
Okay, fair point. Let's look at the broader markets. A lot of names flying away. So let's take a few names there. You have Vibhor Steel Tubes, that's up today. Rajesh Exports, SML Isuzu, that's buzzing 16% higher. You have Shipping Corporation of India, 14% up. You have Likita Infrastructure, Ikeo Lighting, one of those recently listed stocks. Spark is up in trade. Then you also have Shipping Corporation of India. That we marked already, strong moves there. Specialty restaurants, you also have names like Spencer's Retail also coming back in flavor. A lot of interesting names, especially in this defense pack. The shipping names are actually doing very well from the last 2-3 days. GRSE was the first one that started it all off. Then we saw GE Shipping, now Shipping Corporation of India, Mazagon Cochin. All of them are actually up and about. What's happening here? Do you think the ghosts of the past have been buried now and one can look afresh onto these strong moves?
Definitely, Sakshi, because whatever the correction we have seen in this particular sector has been now limited on a downside as such. I am basically very positive momentum can be seen into the GRSC. Why this is so? Because whatever the rally we have seen in the month of the April 2024, the correction has been started, and now it has just trading into the sideways consolidation phase. Volumes are really increasing along with the price momentum. So whenever such kind of we witness some formations, definitely we are likely to hit a very good amount of a positive momentum on the higher sides. Also, the interesting fact that the stock has given the breakout of a 7 to 8 months downward sloping trend lines, which is a very positive indication on the technical front. Currently, the counter is trading at 17, 20, 23 levels. Fresh longs can be also accumulated at the current market price. 20-30% can be accumulated. If you're getting any dips towards to 1630, 1680 levels, between that level, one can definitely add on. Upside can we continue this rally towards to 2400 levels. So if you're looking from the shipping sector access, GRSE looks very promising on the technical front.
Hmm. Okay, got that. Let's also look at some of the other pockets then. Where can we find value in this market? Anything in the broader markets, Swati, that takes your attention right now? Mid caps, small caps, both have been recovering for the last couple of trading sessions. Smart moves that can be seen across the board. I mean, even today there are KEC international kind of stocks, Amber, you have Hindustan Copper, Verso Solutions, varied sectors, and a lot of those small caps and mid caps that are flying away. What has caught your attention?
Whatever the stocks you have mentioned, such as Amber, and those have counter has already given a very good amount of a rally. We have seen that the stock manages to take a support of 200-day moving average, and from there onwards, we have seen a very strong rally. At the current levels, actually, risk reward ratio is not favorable because the counter has given a very strong rally. Nifty is trading nearby the resistance zone, so we might hit some sort of a profit booking. So I will not suggest fresh long positions at the current market price. But there is another interesting counter such as the United Spirit. This looks very good on the technical front. The stock has given the breakout of a downward sloping trend line of at least 7 to 8 months back. And the slowly and steadily the counter is just moving on the higher side. Whenever we get a consolidation breakout, the trend gets confirmed in such kind of a patterns. Currently, the counter is trading nearby 1370, 1380 levels. So one can go for a long positions at the current market price as well. You can keep a strict stop loss of a 1340 rupees on the downside. Upside, we are looking for a target of 1480 to 1500 levels in this particular counter. So United Spirits, one can go for a long position at the same time.
Okay, fair point. So that's the move that we are actually looking at. Oil and gas is pulling up yet again, 1.6% higher. It's the top moving sectoral index today. Swati, would you pay more attention to this space right now?
Frankly speaking, Sakshi, I'm not giving much attention to this particular counter. No wonder we are witnessing a positive momentum, but the trend reversal is not much confirmed into this particular stock, such as the oil or ONGC. Whatever the pullback we are getting it might be a short-lived rally, and very slow and steadily momentums can be seen into this particular counter. We are majorly focusing on those counters which will give a clear-cut indications of the reversal as well as the fast rally can be seen. We are targeting those kind of counters. So as of now, I'm not much more positive into the oil and gas sector as such.
Okay, fair point. Today, of course, a lot of these OMCs are flying away in the PSU space, HPCL, BPCL, Oil India, IOC, ONGC, the entire pack seems to be up and about. Okay, auto is something that's interesting also. We are seeing smart moves come back onto the auto pack, 1.4% higher for the index as a whole. And let's look at some of the names there. Bharat Forge is 5% higher, Bajaj Auto, Eicher, Hero, M&M, TVS Motors, Tata Motors, all of them are actually up and about. Any favorites here, Swati?
Tata Motor is one of my favorite counter. The counter has seen that the stock manages to find out a good support nearby at least 600, 580 levels, and from there onwards we have seen. In this particular counter, we have seen a lot of correction, price correction from almost 1100 to 600, 650 levels, and slowly and steadily it just forming a bottom out on the lower levels. No wonder this counter is slowly and steadily moving, but definitely on the fundamental side, this is a very strong counter. So whatever the rally we will get in the near future, it will take a counter towards at least 4-digit numbers. So if you're looking for a long-term horizon, yes, Tata Motor one should definitely accumulate into their portfolio.
Okay, fair point. Got that too. Let's look at some of the other spaces. Let's look at the NBFC space, especially the capital markets related stocks, broking related stocks. They are also doing very well today. Today, Nuvama is up by 6%. Remember, it was yesterday Geojit Financial Services. Before that, it was Angel One. BSE, CDSL are coming back in flavor yet again. The entire space, which was an erstwhile favorite after a consolidative period, is now coming back into flavor. Nuvama, you have, even Paisalo Digital that's up in trade, Geojit is up in trade. A lot of these AMC stocks are also buzzing. From the large NBFC basket, pick out some stocks for us, Swati, that you'd be looking at positively.
The Angel one looks very promising on the technical front. Because why so? Because on the daily chart, on the monthly chart, the stock has just tested its 2024 lows, and we are witnessing some sort of a reversal at the current market front. From the last 2 to 3 trading session, we have seen a very spectacular rally from almost 2000 to 2280 levels. I'm very bullish in this particular counters because whatever the correction we have seen the price correction. Now we are likely to witness a reversal into this particular counter. It has a very strong potential to reach up to 3200, 3000 levels. That are the targets we are looking for. So if you don't want to miss the rally, buy at least 20 to 30% at the current market price, and if you're getting any dips towards to 2000, one can add on. We are looking for a target. Initial targets will be at 2800, and beyond at 3000 levels can be seen. So we are bullish on the Angel one.
Okay. Right. Let's look at a few more pockets. Today, even PSU banks have shown us some promise. Beyond the large cap PSU names like, say, an SBI or a Bank of Baroda, are you getting the confidence in the second rank PSU banks, or would you stick to the top 2 or 3 names, Swati?
Yeah, I will stick to the those in the PSU, SB, and Bank of Baroda looks very promising rather because such are the counters which are giving a good kind of a returns. One should stick to that bank only rather than checking out the value of that particular counter. Better go for the quality of that particular stock. So I believe into those kind of rules. So one should stick to the Bank of Baroda, SBI on the larger caps, ICICI, Axis, and HDFC Bank. Those are the 5 banks are really will give top 5 banks will give a really good kind of a return. So those are the counters we are recommending on the buying side.
Okay, fair point. Looking at some of the other spaces, then what's looking good? Okay, since gold and silver have been shining bright of late, newer highs being seen on those spaces, a lot of gems and jewelry spaces, gold related stocks are also coming back into flavor. Look at Titan. I mean, after a long haul, 3.8% up. You also have Manappuram Finance that's been higher by, for the last 2 or 3 trading sessions again. Swati, how does one play gold through stock markets? What are your top favorite stocks here?
See, Titan is the all-time favorite counters, 31.95 currently the trade is going on. Whatever the correction we have seen, I believe that the stock has touched the feet of oversold zone, and from there onwards we have seen a good amount of a momentum rally on the higher side. Today, the interesting point that it is well placed above the 20 days moving average. Whatever the breakout today we have seen is along with the volume. So whenever the price and the volumes goes in hand, it gives a clear-cut indication of that particular trend. So one should go for a long position into the Titan. We are looking for a target of 3400 to 35. To that level, we can witness a positive momentum. If we look towards the smaller stocks, I believe that the Kalyan Jewelers also looks promising because we have seen that the counter has made a double bottom nearby 400 levels, and as of now, we are witnessing slowly and steadily upside momentums it's witnessing. Currently, the stock is trading nearby 470, 468 levels. This is also the interesting stock where we can go forward for a buying purpose for a target of 540 to 530. But my
Mm.
first preference will be on the Titan, and second one will be the Kalyan Jewelers.
Okay, fair point. So that's as far as the gems and the jewelry spaces are concerned. It's 321 and we are holding at 23,184, 278 points higher in trade. Just the right time to ask Swati for any BTST, STBT trades that we should be looking at. I think it will be BTST this time. Right, Swati?
Yes, correct. I'm always optimistic in the market where even the market falls down, I try to give the buy calls in such kind of market as well. So today it's a buy call from the pharma pack Cipla. This particular counter is forming the flat pattern. Interesting observation that today it has given the cluster resistance breakout of 1500 levels, and it's just moving on the high tops, high bottom formations. Momentum indicators, whatever the we see, such as the MCD or the RSI, those indicators are really positive, well placed about the important moving averages. So this is the one counter one can go for a long positions. Currently, stock is trading at 1530 levels, keeping a strict stop loss of 1490. We are looking for a target of 1550 to 1570 on the higher side. So supply is the one of the BTST call one can go for.
Got that. Okay, fair point there. Let's also look at what else can be discussed with Swati on the front. Okay, FMCG space about 1.2% higher so far has been a big laggard. From February onwards, there has been a considerable kind of correction on the FMCG pack, and even when we look at the past history, it's not been a very big, enthusiastic or a wealth creating space to be in. But are things going to change, Swati, soon for the consumption space and for FMCG particularly?
Sure, the budget was mostly concentrated on the consumption itself. So the two counters always comes into mind whenever the such kind of questions are asked about the FMCG. One is the Marico and second one is the Hindustani Unilever. So those counters is really doing very well. If you look towards on the HUL particular chart, the stock is under the formations of the W-shaped pattern. We have seen a very lot of correction into this particular stock from almost 3000 to 2100 level. Double bottom is forming nearby 2150. So risk reward ratio is really favorable on the larger degree charts, say the monthly charts. So one can go for a long position in this particular counter HUL. Upside, this momentum can be seen or carry forward towards at least 2500 to 2600. So this looks very positive. And second one is the Marico. In this month, we have seen a very strong momentum rally of almost 5.5%. This particular stock has just continuously trading in the formations of the high tops, high bottom formation. So if you're getting any tips towards 600, 620, one can definitely add on, not at the current market price, but one should keep this particular stock into their radar, and it has a potential to reach up to back to test the 730, 740 level. So those are the two counters. Looks very positive on the technical front.
Okay, fair point. Let's again delve a little deeper to spot any ideas. Okay, let's discuss the metal pack also. Swati, this has been one of the key top favorites of this week in terms of the performances that we've been seeing and the global cues that have been supportive. Today also Welspun Corp, Hindustan Copper, Nalco, Vedanta, JSW Steel, Ratnamani Metals, all of them are inching higher in trade. Any trade that you'd like to catch on this space?
Definitely, Sakshi. Tata Steel is the one of the strong contender. It's a Nifty 50 counter as well. very well showing a rally even though the market was correcting. This particular stock has given a very strong breakout. No wonder this month we have seen a 16% of a positiveness, positive rally. But one can go for a long position if you're getting any dips towards to 140 and so levels on the downside. I'm not recommending at the current market price, but one should definitely keep on its radar because the counter has already shown a very strong rally from 130 to 160. So we might witness some sort of a selling pressure on the higher rise, and it's currently trading in the overbought zone. So the risk reward ratio is not favorable. But this is the one counter one can definitely go for a long if you're getting any dips towards to 140 to 145 levels. So Tata Steel is the one counter one can keep eye on it, and second one is the Belfor. This is the particular counter. Today we have seen a very good amount of a rally and very strong breakout of a 835 with the volumes very well placed above all the important moving averages. So those who don't want to miss the rally in this particular stock, one can take a long positions at the current market price as well, at least 20-30%. And if you're getting any dips towards to 750, 740, you can add on. I'm looking for a target of at least 1,000 rupees, Sakshi, because very soon we will see this particular counter will be entered into the 4 digit. So one should not miss this rally into the bell.
Okay, fair point. So that's as far as the space is also concerned. Right, Swati, towards the end, tell us what should be the trading strategy for the last two trading sessions, the last trading session of this week, and what do we expect for next week as well?
Actually, frankly speaking, this week we have seen a very good amount of a rally in the Nifty as well as on the Bank Nifty.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I believe that the Nifty might face some sort of a resistance within the range of 23,200 to 23,400. That is a 200 point is the strong resistance zone for the Nifty. So if you're hitting a 23,400 level, try to book your profits because we might witness some sort of a profit booking at higher levels. And again, we will retest 22,500 or 600 levels on the lower side. So try to be a stock specific because next week we might witness some sort of a profit booking in both the indices as they have given a very steep rally within a span of 3 to 4 to 5 trading sessions. So try to book profits on every rise and more concentrate into the Nifty stock specific trading, but quickly with the strict stop losses. It's going to be a roller coaster rally in the coming week and such.
Fair point. Got that as well. Thank you so much then, Swati, for being with us in the session today, helping us through these wonderful moves in the markets and where to spot opportunities in that uptrend as well. Thank you. Always a pleasure to have you with us. No complaints at all. 23,174 is with us on the Nifty, 266 points higher. There are 2 minutes to go before we shut shop for the day, and a bright shade of green. Across the board, you have seen positive momentum. India VIX, by the way, is down by 5.5%. The index, which is in the red, 12.5 levels that can be seen. And because of this lower volatility, you've been seeing stronger moves across the board. Oil and gas as the top moving sector, 1.5% higher. Auto driving in a faster lane, 1.4% up. Infra, FMCG, metals, consumer durables, IT, all of them up over 1% each. The PSU banks, private banks, although just about 0.3, 0.5% gains, nevertheless do end in the green. Broader markets underperform the benchmarks. You can see just about a 0.4, 0.5% kind of an up move there. But it's the Nifty 50 that's up by over 1% today. That's outperformed the Nifty Bank. That's outperformed the broader markets as well. So it's the large caps that have clearly pushed the markets higher in trade today. You are seeing some profit booking towards the end of the session. 1 minute to go. Bharti Airtel top mover 4% higher. Titan, Britannia, Eicher Motors, BPCL as the top movers on the Nifty. On the lower end, you have IndusInd Bank, Bajaj Finance, Trent, Shriram Finance and Ultratech Cement as those that have been big laggards. Torrent Pharma, Manappuram Finance, Bharat Forge, FNO Movers, Phoenix Mills also on the higher side. Whereas on the lower end, again, the cables and the wire segment that we've been pointing out right from morning, KEI, Polycab, Havells, all coming under the pressure because Adani Enterprises has launched, announced their foray into the cables and wires business through their joint venture. PSU stocks about 0.9% higher, healthy gains there. HPCL, BPCL, IOC, GAIL, ONGC, all of them up and about. Even the defense names HAL was also in the buzzing zone. Many of the shipbuilding stocks also higher in trade. GRSE continues with its move, 5% higher. Mazagon, Cochin, Shipping Corporation of India, all of them up and about in trade. So many are winning points that we've seen in trade today. If we look at the top contributors on the Nifty today, well, you'll be able to see Bharti Airtel was the top contributor with 40 points of a contribution coming in. HDFC Bank contributing 39 points, Reliance contributing 32 points, Infosys contributing 20 points, TCS contributing 14 points. These are the top 5 big contributors. Only on the downside you have Bajaj Finance, Shriram Finance, IndusInd Bank and Trend, which contributed on the lower end as far as the markets go. Well, what a day it's panned out to be. We'll leave it at that. Do stay tuned with us on Business Today Television as news coverage continues beyond the stock market hours on the world of business and economics. Stay tuned.
Business Today Mind Rush, presented by PwC, is back, bigger and bolder than ever.
Received this honor with great responsibility.
For 13 years, this premier event has brought together the brightest minds in business.